Hello everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to dive into the fascinating world of research papers, specifically in the area of research paper reviews. In this video, I will walk you through the step-by-step procedure of effectively reviewing a research paper. So if you are ready to enhance your reviewing skills and contribute to the scientific community, so let's get started. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm a Web of Science Graduate Academy mentor. Okay, so I have basically graduated from the Web of Science Academy in the field of reviewing articles. And if you can see my window properly, you can see that I have reviewed many articles so far. So, how I achieved this and what I have been doing to review research articles. Today, in this video, I'm going to show you the ninja techniques for reviewing basic articles. So, first of all, if you want to be the Web of Science Academy graduate and mentor, and you want to learn how in Web of Science uh, it graduates are taught to review the research articles, you can simply go to the Web of Science Academy. Web of Science Academy basically maintain the researcher's record, and in here, once you enroll in any course, you will be able to uh, enroll in these courses, which are the good citation behaviors and introduction to peer reviewing in the science and other fields. So I have passed these two of these courses. The first one is an introduction to peer review, and the second one is the mentoring in peer review. Once you pass this exam and introduction to peer review, in this they taught you how you can review research articles, and after that you are assigned with an assignment and you work under a mentor. Once you submit your reviews to this mentor, then he assess your review, and after that if he clears you or you get the passing marks, then you become the Web of Science Academy graduate. And after that you apply for the mentoring in peer review process, in which you are assigned with two or three students, and they send you your reviews. And once your two or three students are successfully graduated, then your official badge for Web of Science mentor shows here. So I have performed both of these. So I am a Web of Science Academy graduate and mentor as well, and I have been reviewing for these journals and a few other conferences as well. So to begin the review process of your article, first of all you need to have an article. So for example, I have downloaded an article from Google Scholar. You can easily have any kind of article. So let me show this. Okay, so this is the article we have. Face mask detection using deep learning techniques. So from the abstract we can understand that something like detection of face masks is going to be performed in this research article, and few deep learning techniques will be applied. So when you read the article, you get an idea about it. So there is no identification of techniques, which techniques are being used for this purpose. If you see the publishing year, the year is 22. So in this publishing year, YOLO architecture was introduced, and it outperformed the CNNs. So if you are expert in this field, if you are expert in your field, you should know that what are the recent techniques being used for the detection or face masks or other kind of detection techniques. You should know that. So if you don't have any idea about it, you should follow a roadmap while reviewing any kind of article, and that roadmap can be downloaded from the Web of Science Academy. So this is a basically very simple uh, roadmap which you can follow. If you are a very beginner, then you before moving to that roadmap, you need to read the abstract, introduction, and the conclusion of the article. From that, this is called the first eye pass. So from this you will have the idea what is being performed in this article and what is this article is about. And if we read the uh, abstract of the article, we get an idea. In this article they have discussed about the COVID-19 pandemic, and they should have focused or emphasized on that the face masks are very important to control such diseases. And but there are no certain parameters to personally verify each person, so these can be used by with the help of cameras. So they applied that algorithm to any kind of camera through the CNNs, and that model started detecting face mask, etc., etc. So this was the basic idea about the article, which I got from just reading the abstract of the article. So now I have an idea about it. What is this paper about? What is being done in this paper? So what I will do, I will simply open these guidelines. These guidelines were released in 2021 by the Web of Science. So in this, they have distributed all the articles with respect to their sections. First of all, they ask, read the introduction, and in introduction you should look for these answers. Is it clear what is already known about the topic? Which means the authors have provided the history about the article, or the existing material is discussed, what is known about the article so far before preparing this draft. And after the research questions or aim of the research are clear, the authors are confused or they are very clear about the what are these research questions and what will be the main contribution of this article. After that, the last question is the those research questions are well justified or not. Those If author have any kind of research question, this research question should match with the topic as well. So let's suppose they have identified a problem that it is difficult to identify face masks personally. So either they answer about this problem or not, and then you need to focus on the methodology, read the paper. And usually after literature review, proposed model is proposed in the research articles. So look for in this in section 3, and I try to identify that if the study design is appropriate, they have used valid research methods, uh, is there any enough information about the topic, and what is the subject selection. And after that you should look for the variables in the equations. Sometimes a few authors do this practice, they mention the equations but they don't interpret their variables. So it is very important for a new reader to understand that equation. So every equation can be interpreted by their variables, so variable should be just properly justified, their identification should be properly described in the methodology section. Your model should be well justified, your model should be comprehensively explained. If there are any kind of flow charts, it should have any kind of flow charts in it. And after that, move to the research section and look for the if there are any kind of figures in it, those figures should be properly explained. And if they have used any based article, their results should be compared with that article. So this is a main point, that the results should be validated from a benchmark research article. So after that discussion and conclusion, look for the either results have been explained with the multiple angles, or they just explain that we have done this, so our model is doing good. This should be not like this. They should have properly explained their results from multiple angles. And after that, do the conclusion, answer the aim of study in the conclusion section, the purpose of study is clear or not. And after that, look for any kind of limitations or the future recommendation in it, if they are present or not. So then go to the references section. References should be relevant. Mostly researchers, the especially the new ones, and after the emergence of chat gpt, they use the wrong references. So I will make a separate video on it as well. While we do literature review through chat gpt, it gives us, say, wrong references to the article. So you should cross verify the references as well. First of all, they should be relevant, these should be from recent years as well, but they should be valid as well. It is might be possible some xyz author has mentioned a reference, but that article is not present in the Google Scholar database, or it does not exist. So it is also a possibility. Then look for the title. The title is appropriate or it need to be modified. Since as we look this example, this topic is very generic: face mask detection using deep learning techniques. There have been many techniques. Deep learning techniques are now being outperformed by the YOLO architecture. So this should be the face mask detection using LeNet or any kind of architecture which they have been using. So article the title of the research should be modified. So after that, go to the abstract and then provide your overall comments on this article. So this is the architecture. From by following this architecture, you can simply uh, review your articles. So how you need to respond to the authors. So while you are writing your review, while you are writing your recommendations, don't mention that these are the comments. Use the word these are the recommendations, these are the suggestions. Your tone should be polite enough towards the author. So it shows that you have no biasness, you have no conflict of interest about them. So you should mention them with respect. Like you can say that author should mention these, author should update the section 2 of the article, author should include a comprehensive literature review, author should focus on this, author should address this. Like your tone should be persuasiveness enough that the authors feel good about you. So there is no need to be biased about any country or any parameter. You should review a research article as a responsibility. Writing a review for a research paper is a huge responsibility, and everyone should embrace it. And it's a very good service to the scientific community. If you reject a very state of the art research, then it is quite possible that your wrong input affected that innovation. So, and if you approve a very bogus research, and there is a possibility that after a few years someone from any country will select that paper as a base for their masters or PhD. So it will mislead the newcomers, and it will not revolutionize the science and other thing. So in the last step, let's move to the research article, and we will based on these timelines, based on these uh, recommendation by the Web of Science, we will try to explore this research article. So what is my ninja technique? I open a research article, and first of all I take a overlook of the article. So okay, fine, it has a one section introduction, second one is existing system, then the proposed model, fourth one is the simulation, and then it provides a conclusion about the article. So if we look upon the visuals of a research paper, these visuals are not up to the mark. Every journal has its own standards, that minimum of 300 dpi. Mostly journals use that minimum of 300 dpi image quality should be used. So this image is also blur, this information is blur, this information is also blur. So these are the good images, mask and no mask, these are okay, fine, these can be used. But these images should be replaced with the good quality. Okay, when we read about the introduction, it is providing us few history about it. In reality, according to this, thereby furthermore, so their research question is not well defined here. We can see from reading this, I have already read this article. It is providing about focusing on the background, but it does not clearly present the uh, purpose of this research article. So if we see about the existing system, in the system, it is mentioning the YOLO architecture, okay, and CNN 1, 2, 3, 4. So in this and 5, in this existing system, only 5 articles are being mentioned. So there is a possibility in 22 in 2022 there are lot of articles published on the object detection, specifically in the field of this YOLO. So you need to go to Google Scholar and look for the latest article, and you need to advise authors that update your literature review or existing system section, and uh, and use comparison tables to distinguish about the your contribution, what is being done in this paper and what was performed in that paper. So this should be a well defined and comprehensive approach. There is a need to update this. And after that, proposed article, in the proposed model, only a block diagram is present, but though no discussion on the architecture has been made, no visualization for the architecture is being proposed in this article, that we are going to use this architecture. If there have been made, if the author has made any kind of modification in the architecture, added extra layers, added pooling layers, or any kind of layers they have added into it, it should be mentioned here. And a flow chart should be presented in this section to follow the hierarchy. I don't know about what is being done here. There are no mathematical evaluation in this paper, and there are nothing is suitable is presented in this article. And after that, simulation results are being discussed here, but no simulation parameter are discussed. Either this system was performed on a very fast computing system or on a normal system. What is the computational time complexity of this article? There is also lack of that. So results are not also well defined, only a brief. There are figures for the result, but what are these values? These values are also not detected, not sorry, these are values are not, also not discussed in this article. So, and also the conclusion is also in a different shape. So if we look on the references, 2020, 21, 21, okay. So this article is published in 2022, but the references are from 2019 to 21. Only very few references are made, out of which few are based on the YOLO. Uh, okay, this article was published in April, start of 2022. So okay, fine. The range of article selection is good, but the article selected for this are not well suited. And also no comparison have been made uh, what was the performance of this parameter. So you see, there are many problems in this article. So if you need to make a decision, you should be very confident on your decision. So I am confident that this paper is going to be rejected in any kind of uh, Q1 category paper, or with good impact factor article. This paper needs very major revision. So this is a rejection. In my decision, this paper is a rejection. So, and after that, there need to be many things should be added into this. So I have tried to explain you how you can review these research articles. So hopefully you would have liked my this video. If you have any kind of questions, or you want me to do more analysis about the research articles, or to provide more research support, please leave in the comments. I hope I have tried to explain more and more about the review process. I will keep on making more videos on this topic. This topic is very important. So hopefully you would have liked. Thank you so much for watching.